Good evening. My name is Cristobal Misa and I'll be talking about poor physical ergonomic designs. Here are my top pick and my list of poor ergonomics designs that I'll be talking about throughout this presentation. First up is the door handling. If you notice that this thing over here is a door and this is the handle itself, and the push sign itself is right on the handle, which I find kind of odd because the moment you see a door handle, the normal human instinct is to grab the handle and either push or pull it. So your hand will be covering the push sign here, which I marked in red, and you won't be able to see the word push itself. So I find it quite funny and confusing when I see this door. So why don't they try to put at least the push side like above it so it's more visible to the eyes and people can see it easier rather than having it overlapped here, which also I should mention that it's in the same metallic design as the handle itself, so it doesn't stand out at all. The next part I'm going to talk about is the game controller. This game controller is kind of one of the kind that's pretty confusing since it has so much control. And I understand that game these days are getting like more complicated each year. But this thing here has poor design. It makes it harder for the players to play the game. Like when you're trying to click on like these red buttons here, you have to tilt your hand so much that you have to click it this way, and at the same time, how are you supposed to move your other hands to click on the keyboard itself here? So there's too many buttons, so I suggest that they should remove these buttons here and just keep it the normal PlayStation style. It makes it easier to play the game and rather having your hands strained so much like while you're playing. You're supposed to enjoy it, not to be having pain while playing it. And this sign is one of the signs that I find quite funny because it says here, do not exceed 20 children. So the first time that you see it, you'll be so confused. They're asking you or giving you advice not to have 20 children. But it's supposed to be, if you see here the word 20 here, it's supposed to be like do not exceed maybe like the speed limit of 20 per hour. But instead they put here as do not exceed 20 children, which is confusing. So they should try to somehow change the sign to make it less confusing. And got stop cookies. This one is another sign that confused me a lot. Either the designer wanted people to say, stop, do you have a cookie? Or stop, I got some cookies. So I'm not really sure what they meant by this. So when I saw this, I was really confused and I was thinking it's a really, really bad ergonomic design because until now, I still don't know what they're trying to say with this sign. And the killer heels, it's quite a very dangerous heel design because if you can see where I made a circle at, it has like a very pointy end, and I wonder how people can walk with this. And I don't know why this thing here has like circle marks, and from what I can tell, it feels like you can grab the shoe itself with your fingers, and you have the pointy heels where you're trying to like kill someone with it, or you might just wanna walk with it. I don't know which you prefer, but I certainly would not wear this type of heel. And now I'm gonna be talking about the Logitech Trackman Marble Mouse. This one here, it's kind of confusing because you have a big trackman here, so you can like track and have all the cursor move out the way you want it. But the thing that made it a really bad design is having the buttons at the sides here, because it's a very unusual design where you have to use your thumb probably to click on it, or I don't know how they want you to click on it, but I certainly would not use this type of mouse. And yeah, so this is a Samsung Gear. It's similar to the AirPod, I guess. And one of the things that I don't really like about this design is that you just place one piece in your ear and it's so small. Now, what if it falls? You won't notice it. What if you misplace it? And what if you lose it? And that's just the reason why I put this up here and mention it, is because I'm afraid this thing can be lost like the moment you hold it or something. Next is which way to go sign. This one here, I have no idea, because if you notice that they have the same images on both sides, except the first one is green and the other one is cross. So I don't know which area is the right way or the wrong way. Is it the left or the right? And I don't know, because it did not say it on the sign. And I hope that they change this, because it's very confusing. So yeah, let's move on to the next sign. Again, this is something which is about left and right, the actual turn. And I find it confusing because either the person's or the sign is saying go to the right and not to the left, or don't turn to the right, because it's really confusing. And I don't know, like I feel like I might not go to the right in this case and just go to the left, but I don't know what the sign means. Okay, so which controller goes to which burner? So if you see here, these are the controllers here, and they don't really have much sign on it to say which controller goes to which burner. So what if I click on this, or like turn this one and this one goes on, or this one goes on? I'm not really sure about it. And it's common in most of the stoves, even in mine, except that mine had like a label to which controller goes to which burner. But for this one here, they don't really have one. They only have like a dot, and I just don't understand it at all. So yeah, that's pretty much my presentation, and I hope you like it. And yeah, I'll see you again. Thank you.